Hello and welcome to my bristlebot redesign. So the first part of the engineering process is the ask. So what's the problem? And we were given the problem of the question first of how does the bristlebot work? So the wires from the motor, if you connect one to the battery and then you complete the circuit with the other wire, it allows the electricity to flow through and then I'll turn the motor on. What are the bristlebot's essential parts? It'd be the battery, the motor, and the motor's wires. That's what makes it run. The other parts are more aesthetic and places to attach the legs and the eyes to. So what we were challenged with was what modifications can you make. So as soon as I saw the bristlebot and the motor on the back, there was a little part that spun on the back, and I was like, hey, what if I add like a fan or a propeller to kind of get it to move a little faster, or maybe change the legs a little bit. So all of the materials are just things that I gathered from around the house. So then I started brainstorming. So first I put the bristlebot together with the instructions and it kind of went all over the place. So I was like, okay, I did a little research and there was one website that said, make a bot, make it draw, attach markers to it and make it draw. And I thought that was kind of cool. Or if I could more control the movement, I was trying to make it go into a straight line, or maybe even race them. I thought that would be kind of cool. So initially I came up with two different ways to kind of propel after I was doing a little bit of research. One of them was to put a straw in the back and I kind of cut slits into it and then like folded it down and then attached it to the back. And the other was to take a toilet paper roll and turn it into somewhat of like a fan propeller and attach it with a little straw. And then this was my creating. So this was my bristlebot. I attached a little straw to the back. And so it worked a little bit. I mean, it still kind of spun around like crazy and it didn't really change the trajectory of it too much. And then here's the cardboard cutout of the fan. And this is what it did here. It seemed to kind of slow it and control it a little bit more. It still kind of moved around in a circle, but it wasn't jumping around as much. So then I started doing all kinds of things. So I was like, well, what if I need to change the legs? And so I put little Q-tips and I kind of made them almost like gliders on like a helicopter or like a plane. And I was like, well, what if the propeller needs to be bigger? And then I was like, but if the propeller's bigger, then I need to raise it up. So I put it on a cup and I put it on another cup. And that actually ended up being too heavy and the motor wouldn't even work. So there were a lot of trial and error things that I was trying. One of the things to improve was to make sure that the propeller angle was correct. So like if you're looking on here, I kind of twisted the arms, if you will, to make the angle a little bit better. Better legs to maybe glide it. I did do the stronger propeller, but then I would need a stronger battery and a bigger motor, and I didn't have access to those. So ultimately what I did was I kept the motor that kind of controlled it a little bit better, and I put it under this cup. And so the bristlebot is actually sitting at the top of the cup, and I'm holding it on with this paper clip right here. And then you can see the one wire, and I cut a hole to attach the battery to. So this is my ultimate creation here, and I wanted to make it go into a straight line. I wanted to control the movement, and I think I accomplished at least one of those. I controlled the movement a little bit more, and it was going around in a circle. So I would love to improve and keep working at it to try to make it go straight, to see if I could actually accomplish that. And I will post my Vasquez chart and my STEM specifications in the discussion board. Thanks.